told me to chase my own dream. Dreaming the music was part of my genes. I rap my music with zero fatigue. I just kill the whole beat. I don't let that shit breathe. I'm feeling empty. I need me a drink. Timmy no better. Wake up, you don't think. I drank too much. I throw up in the sink.
What's up, guys? Welcome back, Bay Area, to another episode of Black Atlas Radio. I'm Michael.
I'm Isaiah.
And
today we have.
Yeah, you can go ahead and introduce yourself to the bottom camera.
TimxShellshock, 707-916, North Bay.
That's not your real last name, is it?
No.
Okay.
Shellshock, no.
That'd be crazy. Would you do it like a wrestler, like TimxShellshock, and then your last name? Or it would be like...
I think I just want to keep it like TimxShellshock.
Okay, that's cool.
That has a nice ring to it.
It does.
How did you land on Shellshock?
Shellshock, so like... I set up my Instagram name as TimxShellshock because Shellshock is basically like a short term for like PTSD back in the day. Right. And so I was diagnosed with PTSD, with like depression and shit.
Oh, man.
And then also for like some reason, like I could always just like revision shit from like the past, or like if I'm seeing something in the future, it's like as if like everything's blocking out, and like it's like a vision.
So how long have you been making music under that like name?
Under the name, this is actually like my first year, so it's my first whole year of making music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in regards to the
the
PTSD and depression thing, how's that affected your music and in what way? Like, do you think you reference that in your music a lot? Do you feel like, or is it something that it's just a part of you?
I do, yeah, I do mention it a lot. I do have a mixtape called PTSD.
Oh, okay.
And then I also have a new album or mixtape coming up called Rehab.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
nice.
and I usually mention about things that happened in the past and PTSD and things that I see.
Right.
And I try to give the audience like a description on what I see.
Like an insight to you.
An insight.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that. And so that's something new to me. Like I have 1,000 questions about that, but we're here to talk about the music today.
Yeah, so other artists that you've worked with, is it like people that you feel like have a similar vibe to you? Or are you kind of like, you think creative enough that you're willing to work with like majority of whatever other artists are like bringing to the table?
For the most part, I'm very, very meticulous with people's sound.
Okay.
Yeah, people's sound and then people's message. So like if you heard on this one, Strange Love, I really liked his sound, and his message can be a little bit stagnant. Like I try to do more research on him, but since he doesn't have a lot of music out there, he's a little bit low key.
Okay.
I was really just based off the sound that I was in search for.
So this isn't someone you know like personally?
I ran into him. It was one of my homegirls from Sacramento. Shout out to Sacramento.
Shout out to Sacktown.
Shout out to Mozzie.
Shout out to for real, yeah.
Shout out Elk Grove for the fucking however long I lived there. And don't shout out to Elk Grove. I hated Elk Grove. But
Elk Grove
shout
got
out to
some
you, I
shit.
guess. Yeah, but
Where'd you find him? Just in Sac?
I ran into him at a party, and this dude was like, he was like, yeah, man, follow my SoundCloud, bro. And I was like, all right, yeah. Like, he was drunk as fuck, so I was like, all right, I'll follow you on SoundCloud.
yeah,
So,
I got you.
I never really followed him on SoundCloud, but I was on my way to, like, Chico with some homegirls to go party and shit. And she was like, oh, yeah, Sammy just put out some new music. That's his name, Sammy. He used to go by Sam So, but now he changed it to
Sammy
Strange
So?
Love. Yeah, Sammy So, like Sammy Sosa.
Okay, that's the first thing I thought of.
Sammy Sosa is now a white man.
Now white man.
Facts.
He's now turned he did the Michael Jackson shit.
Yikes.
So,
Yeah,
are you actually from Fairfield, or have you just been living out here, like, for a minute?
Yeah, I'm from Fairfield.
Oh, okay.
Raised in
All right.
Fairfield.
Yep, samesies. Same over here.
Where you go to school at?
I went to Rod.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no wonder
Rodriguez.
why. See,
You're from Fairfield.
yeah,
Straight from the
Fairfield
high.
is small enough that you've seen everybody at least once.
Yeah,
But
At least once.
Yeah. Damn
yeah.
near.
What about your elementary school?
Elementary school, my first elementary school was in Hercules.
Oh, that's where I live right now, actually.
Really? Hercules?
Yeah, fucking, yeah.
Dang, how do you like it there?
I mean, I'm literally just there for work, because I work in Richmond at a car dealership. So, like, I'm just there to sleep and like fucking go to work the next day and come home, and like I'm out here on the weekends and shit. So,
Yeah.
and you know it's only like 20 minutes away for those of you who don't know. So it's not
Yeah.
like hella deep or anything, but it's cool.
It's
I'm
not
not gonna
that
be
far.
yeah, it's not that far, but I'm
No.
not gonna be out there for too much longer. I'm gonna be moving to Dixon in like 2 months, which also is ass, but
Yeah.
at least I'm gonna be
Little
in a
bit dry.
better living situation, I guess. So it
Yeah.
works out. But so how did you meet Sloan?
Sloan. We went to high school together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went to high school together, and then what occurred was the
Shout
first.
out to Sloan.
Shout out to Sloan. Yeah, he's the homie. I got a few songs with him, but I think the first time I heard about him doing music was actually at a funeral
Wow.
with one of our homeboys. Shout out to Sebastian. Rest in peace.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why for a second I thought you meant like he was performing at a funeral or something, and I was like, that's, do people do that?
People do,
But not like
not like rappers.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
All right, that makes sense.
But yeah, that's the first time I heard him making music. He was like, yeah.
So, real quick, just because I totally forgot, but for people who haven't heard any of your music yet, you want to go ahead and plug like your SoundCloud, just so they can know where to find you, and I'll have the link in the description too.
Oh yeah, I think my SoundCloud's like TimxShellshock. Spotify is Shellshock. Instagram Tim_Shellshock.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been making music at this point here?
So yeah, it's been I think a little bit past a year
Nice.
since I made music, but
Nice.
I've always wrote music since like maybe I was 12.
You start like with like poetry type thing and then move into music, or straight to like raps, or not raps but melodies? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was just straight raps.
Okay.
Like that's just all I wrote, whatever that came to mind. Helped me a lot through
It-
like high school and shit.
Right, I bet it's really like therapeutic. But if you were doing that for like such a long time, how come it took up until just about a year ago to like actually start making the music?
What occurred was, well, first, like, I wasn't really comfortable with my sound. And I've always had the idea of recording, like, maybe, like, 2 years ago, a year ago. But what really got me into the studio was one of my best friends, Michael Sims, who's also doing rap music over in Sacramento. So shout out to Michael. His name is Renowned Sims.
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really cool. But
That sounds serious.
yeah, he's cool. He got some cool, funky music. I like it. But he said, "Oh yeah, we got a studio in Citrus Heights." He's one of the producers for Imazi
Oh, okay.
and Mazi Productions and Sally Root.
Nice.
So I was
Damn.
like, "Damn, I gotta check this shit out."
Yeah.
So I was like,
Get
"All
the
right,
game.
yeah, put me in." So he's like, "Okay, it's gonna cost this much for an hour, and just try out."
Is that how many studios have you been to? Do you see is there a vast difference in the price ranges for studios, or just is it quality?
It's quality. Since I built like a relationship
Mm-hmm.
with this producer,
Right.
he's really familiar with my sound. He knows when I'm off, and he knows when I need a break. So we kind of have like a very really good energy.
Damn.
For
So
us to-
I'm not sure if you brought or if you mentioned it already earlier, but how did you start making these connections out in Sac again? Like, is there a reason why you're out in Sac? Do you have like people you know out there, or were you
Yeah.
staying out there for a minute?
Yeah, so like I got like a lot of my friends are in Sacramento.
Mhm.
Like I used to go. My best friend Maritza, we used to broadcast together in Sacramento. And she's I don't know, she's just really chill. So we ended up being really, really close. So like every weekend I'd go to Sacramento, see how she's doing, and then
Cool.
it just so happened that there's a studio over in Sacramento, so I'm there all the time.
Right.
Damn, that sounds like it helps a lot with trying to play your music and really try to record and get shit done. In regards to like trying to go ahead and record things, how long did it take you to make your last EP? And I mean, like, did you drop shit like right after, or did you let that breathe?
So I think like the EP or the mixtape, it took about maybe, I want to say it took 6 months
Okay.
to make that EP.
This seems like a decent amount of time.
Yeah, and then right after, I think like the next weekend, I made Blow Up, which is the song we just played.
Yeah. And so that song there, is that like your most popular song? Because I listened to it on Spotify.
Yeah, so a lot of people like that song. I was really confident with the sound of it. So a lot of people ended up liking that song, so that's why I usually promote that one the most.
Okay.
What do you think it was exactly that helped you really find your sound and be comfortable with the music that you know you want to make? Because it sounds like you like really took your time on like figuring out how you wanted it to, like how you want your sound to come out.
I think it's just a lot of practice. Just from sitting in my room, re-rapping everything, and then eventually like realizing like I'm very comfortable with this sound, with this flow, because I mean PTSD was definitely the mixtape that was the discovery of my sound.
Right.
And then I made Blow Up, which was kind of like this is the sound that I want to do.
Right.
This is the one I like. So I'm still discovering different sounds.
You should always keep on.
Right, I was going to say, do you think that's still where you're at currently, or do you think you're a little bit more evolved?
I think I'm evolving slowly, and I honestly don't know what's the next sound.
Right.
It's always a new sound.
How can you?
Yeah.
Who even knows what the fuck's going to happen tomorrow?
Right.
We could literally get hit by a meteor.
Oh, goddamn.
And
You're
just
right.
fucking-
But
Who knows?
That's
space
deep.
is scary.
Yeah.
but
Whoa.
do you think, is there a direction you like to go with the sound? Like, where did you sound like at the beginning? Like, what do you think you sounded like in the beginning?
Man.
compared to
I feel like I sound like very undergroundish.
now? Okay.
And then I feel like now I kind of evolved to sort of like a mainstream type sound, something you'd hear on the radio.
Cool. Are you looking for radio hits?
That'd be
That's
nice.
where the money is.
That's where the money is.
I like really nice, clean music. Like just, I don't know, nothing too like right in your face.
Okay.
What do you like? What are some artists that you listen to like as of right now?
Right now, I was slapping. Who was I was slapping? Gosh, who was I slapping? I don't know why. I just forgot his name. Oh, Nipsey Hussle.
Okay. He's cool. Yeah. It's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I was slapping Nipsey. A lot before I was listening to a lot of NF. Yeah,
I heard
NF,
him.
Yeah.
G-Eazy, I Am Sue. I listened to a whole bunch of different artists, honestly.
Same.
Do you like any type of music other than hip hop?
Other than hip hop, shit. I used to listen to a lot of heavy metal when I was in middle school.
I know a lot of people who have changed. I don't know how that is such a.
I'm sure it was
go-to
better
for now.
back then than it is now, though. Even though I know nothing about it, I'm
Yeah.
sure it was easier to get into back then.
It was a shit back then.
Compared to, because I don't even hear anything about any rock bands now. It's pretty much just all like pop and.
It's probably, I think all the rock bands turn into pop bands at this point. Like
Yeah, they all turn into like
Yeah.
radio hit bands.
indie bands or like
That's-
alternative
That's fake
music.
as fuck.
Yeah, which is basically just, hey, we're not hip hop, but like we're trying to sound like hip hop, kind of.
We're gonna feature a fucking rapper on
We're
a few of
gonna-
our songs.
You talking about Maroon 5?
Yes.
Maroon 5. Oh,
Maroon
my
5,
God.
Fall Out Boy, all them motherfuckers who just went straight pop music.
Yeah, Fallout Boy. Do they still make music?
Yeah, bro, I listened to that song with fucking Fall Out Boy and Lil Peep.
Really?
Oh, that did.
Lil
That,
Peep?
they did
Lil
do that,
Peep.
didn't they? Why did they do that?
It wasn't fucking bad.
They're digging
But
for
do
something.
you think like
Is that okay? I don't like that. I don't like doing
wanna,
that.
I don't want
that.
to talk about that, bro.
Okay, 'cause that's a different conversation.
Yeah, just because I have like strong feelings about it, and I feel like a lot of people will like.
It's too
be like,
deep.
well, who are you to say what the fuck, Michael? Like,
Well, we're nobody, but we can give our opinions. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I don't like when people release music after people die like that.
I don't
unless it's
either.
unless it's only that person. It's just like you're trying to
It
get that
just-
clout.
There is something
Off
that I
the
do
death.
feel.
there's just something. It
That's
just
all.
seems like you're getting money off of it. Either way you
Yeah.
look at it, and the fact that that person is not even alive, it just seems kind of weird.
I want
Like,
the statement coming out like all these proceeds will go to that person's mom or family. I like that shit. But
Yeah,
like when you're
yeah.
just dropping a song after a person die, Come on, man.
They put that boy X on the fucking Spider-Man soundtrack.
Yeah, like God, y'all can't. Do
Why?
that.
Like,
Do you
I don't know.
do you get influences other from other things other than music? Like, an example, like Spider-Man. Are you into like the Marvel movies and shit like that?
I think I get my influences just mostly off of the relationships that I have with people, with my friends, my family, because I know a lot of people that I connect with, they're always going through some funk. And me being a Cancer,
hey, Cancer gang, we
yeah,
out
you
here,
already
bro.
know. I'm a very
Not me.
empathetic person. Not me.
No, I feel you, bro. I'm
I'm a
emotional
Gemini.
as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not.
we resonate so
Okay.
much to like almost everyone.
Right.
Like we're honestly just a whole bunch of crybabies. So that's all I
hate when
do.
people call me crazy. bro.
I accept it. I don't mind. Whatever, you know.
All right.
Yeah, that's
So-
facts though.
Yeah, so that's where I get my influence from, is just
I be crying
sympathizing.
like a motherfucker, bro. Like,
Okay, well, good. Is there certain experiences you've had with people that have like directly affected some music of yours?
Yeah, there's a deep one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the last song on PTSD is a song called, I honestly forgot what it's called because it's been so long. But
how long ago did you drop that again?
I think it was like just around this time of year,
Like,
March.
oh, okay.
Like
Like
last
last
March.
year?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
last March, and I think it's called Ignited. And I was in Chico with the homegirl, and they're all drunk as fuck. There's 3 of them, and basically what occurred was one of my homegirls disappeared. She was hanging out with this like cholo looking dude over somewhere in the middle of the cuts. I just
Always.
realized that she was gone. I was like, bro, where the fuck is she?
Right.
And I look into like the crack of this door, and she's over there lost, drunk as fuck. And this dude was literally like, because my best friend Maritza, she's gay, she's lesbian.
Okay.
And the dude was trying to fuck her,
Damn.
and I witnessed this dude trying to take advantage of her, and that reflected to me back when I was taken advantage of when I was a kid.
Damn.
And that's when I made Ignited, because I was really, it really hit me.
Jeez, damn.
Right.
Yeah.
That seems like something that would kind of, you would associate with igniting, like reaching a certain like boiling point, I guess. But yeah, that's crazy. But it's also it's refreshing to see that you're putting your real life experiences into your music and into your songs, and it's not just like a song about
Shooting people.
not even that, because there's variety, I guess, but more or less it's always refreshing when it's about the person's personal life, because how much more original can you get other than talking about your own life? No one else is you. No one else has the same experiences as you. So I feel like that's the most original way someone can display themselves.
Yeah, telling a story, and I'm very passionate about my friends, my family. I call them my team. So anytime you hear me mention team, it's literally just friends, family, and that's what I mostly write about.
That's good, man. You seem like a very caring person. I'm sure your friends are very lucky to have you.
Thanks, man.
That sounds fucking amazing.
Well, where do you plan on taking your music next? As of right now, are you currently working on? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so currently, actually, right after this interview, I'm heading back over to Sacramento.
Oh
Try to
shit.
record something. This is this female R&B singer. She just opened for Dave East recently.
Shit. Cool.
And she's about to hop on this track that I'm about to
Oh,
do.
nice.
Yeah.
Do you usually work with the same producers, or is it mostly like different? Are you like picking the beats beforehand when you go in the studio, or are you working with someone there, or is it kind of like you just renting out the studio room?
Yeah, so I have my my producer for the mixing and mastering over in Sacramento, but usually I'll lease like a beat from YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll lease a beat.
Good. And in regards to the song, are you trying to just put out another single, or are you trying to do like an album coming up, or another EP?
Now that I was actually thinking about this as I was driving over here, thinking about the song. The song would actually be really good for my rehab project.
Okay.
Because the rehab project is basically, when people are in rehab, you're trying to grow up from where you're coming from,
right.
Where it's either drug addiction, you're in heartache, you're coming from a breakup,
Mm-hmm.
even PTSD, you lost somebody who's killed, shot, or you just lost them.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to discuss all those things and how to cope with it and letting the audience know, like, it's okay. Like, you're going to move forward from it.
Is it helping when you do that? How is it like, I guess, how do you cope with that? Was it music the same way for you? Is that kind of why you're like sharing your experience?
Yeah, so like at first when I was writing music, like I was writing things so vivid to where I would re-see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very unhealthy for me.
Right.
And
Right.
then eventually I was referenced to going to therapy. I was in a crisis hole for a little bit. So after that, I started using music and therapy.
Good.
And that's what helped me a lot. And just trying to look at better things and trying to understand why my mind thinks a certain way. This is why I'm depressed, and this is the reason
Right.
for it.
That's good. I feel like a lot more people should go to therapy. I feel like it's very needed for a lot of people.
I feel like, honestly, music is like the best therapy anybody can get. Not saying, don't go to therapy or anything.
Yeah.
Do that if you need it,
Yeah.
of course. But
Yeah.
honestly, stuff like that, it helps. It soothes the soul. You're so often stuck in your head and stuff, and even just like listening to a couple songs or whatever gets you out of the mood that you're in and allows you to progress throughout your day without like a fucked up mindset, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like when I get out of the studio, I immediately have like this natural high where I'm
That's
just
good.
feeling so eased out and relaxed. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people, when they're putting out very good music that's coming from the heart and you really put your 100%, you get that natural high.
You can definitely tell that you enjoy the shit. Like,
Right, yeah.
The way you talk about it, just in general, you can just tell that you care about what you're doing and you want to make sure that you're putting out your best work. And it definitely shows. And so, I mean, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
So,
man, that's really good. It's like it lets you stand out amongst the crowd, because there's a lot of people who aren't being themselves, and that just results in more or less of like the same sounding music, or people, clout chasers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
They're among us. They could be one of you.
There. Oops.
You better check your homie.
Yikes. Oh, man. Yeah, I know a few like that.
Hey, man. It's
So
fucking dope.
how would you describe how you feel about living in Fairfield to someone who may have never been to Fairfield before?
Oh, man. That's perfect. I actually have a story about that. Well, I don't know. There's like two parts of like Fairfield. Like there's Cordelia, and then there's like Fairfield. Like you're in North Texas, you're in Tabor.
That's true. It is all like one big Fairfield, but there honestly is like two whole ass different like
Yeah,
communities.
There's two communities.
And
in
like
Fairfield.
Sassoon, like the third one.
Sassoon, right? Then there's Sassoon, like the Lost Island.
Right.
There.
Honestly, I would probably consider Cordelia like the Lost Island. Just
Damn,
because
yeah, damn near.
it's like at the tippity corner of Fairfield, and it's just
Right.
straight like gated community, like all not straight gated community.
Damn
but
near.
majority.
They don't fuck with
yeah.
us.
Nah, I'm.
They
It's
got their own
Fairfield,
community.
though.
Yeah.
That's the funny
Yeah.
thing about it. But
That's crazy.
yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
I had my friend Maritza and some of her homegirls. They're from a really nice area in Sacramento, and they came over to the house and they wanted to check out Fairfield, and she wanted to like get some piercing, right? And I was like, bro, I don't know any spots, right? So she was like, hey, there's this place in North Texas. It sounds
Rock
really
on?
nice. I forgot. It's like this
Yeah.
like smoke shop. or
That's
something.
Rock
one of
On.
those, yeah.
I think
Rock
it's
On?
Rock On,
Yeah.
Yeah, right by
They
the
do
Chevron.
piercings.
They do that shit
They
right
do
there.
piercings. Yeah, so we parked by the place. I was like, bro, I seen like literally seen a dude like slumped over by the church.
Yeah.
Like, dead
No
slumped.
joke. My bad to cut
Crackheads.
you off again, but
Crackheads.
no shit. On the way over here, up until this interview, I legit saw a crackhead in the fucking in the bus stop. You know how
Yeah.
there's like the fucking bench for you to sit, and then there's like a big ass like glass sign
Yeah.
for you to like see the whatever the fuck advertisement. The dude was facing in the corner of the fucking bus stop with like his shirt off and just swinging on nothing, bro. Just in the corner yelling at himself and shit. I was like, yep, it's like fucking 12 p.m. right now
don't
in the
do
fucking
drugs,
afternoon.
kids.
I don't know what's going on, but
Don't do
I'm
drugs.
telling you,
kids.
like North Texas, like you could see anything in North Texas.
that's facts.
Yo Sushi. There was a
Yeah.
car that ran into Yo
Yeah,
Sushi. I was
I
like,
remember.
they're like, did you hear about what happened over in Yo Sushi? I was like, bro, it's North Texas.
Yeah,
It's
not
North
only
Texas.
that, but they ran a car into the New York pizza spot over
Yeah,
for
on North
real.
Texas too,
Yeah.
right by the
Yeah.
subway.
God damn.
That was a while ago. I had to switch barbers because of that shit.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
They took out my barber
Oh
shop.
fuck. Any lasting words you'd like to give the people about your music and about your message?
Shoot. I don't know.
That's a lot to ask.
That's a lot to ask for. I don't know.
I
shoot.
feel like I got a good idea of what it is that you stand for when it comes to like in an artistic sense of like the music that you make. I feel like I have a good idea of like the message that you're trying to get across, you know, and it's like a positive one to uplift people, which is like not saying it's rare, but you know, most of the time music is just for slapping around here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's good that you're like trying to use it to help people. Because it really can, you know? It really is like something that helps people cope.
Yeah, my motive really right now is I'm trying to make music that slaps, but it puts out a good message. Like this song that I'm about to make, it's going to slap. I know for sure. The beat go crazy, the flow go crazy. Stay
Stay tuned
tuned
for that shit.
But the message is really positive, and that's all I want to do is like spread love, but
Hey,
also make
spread
it
love.
more modern for the Bay Area.
Hey man, well, plug your shit one last time. Make sure you go check out.
Oh yep, TimxShellshock, Tim_Shellshock, Spotify Shellshock, SoundCloud. Tim
I'll
Shellshock.
have all of his shit in the description box below. Make sure you guys
Yeah.
check all that out. Make sure you check us out at blackatlasmedia.com. I will have that up there and
Yeah.
down there.
Check out our Off Topic podcast.
Check out our podcast too.
Check it
He's Michael and I'm Isaiah.
That's
Just if
who
you
we are.
forgot.
Yeah. My
And
bad, guys.
later, guys.
Yeah, stay tuned for the next episode.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro,
Oh,
of course.
shit.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming through, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Fields, bro.
Yeah, Fields 916. That's how it is.
Ooh,
Hey.
916. Shout out to 916.